I'm seated with one of Ghana's talented comedians. I call him a 360 comedian. He's capable of cracking your ribs. You just name it. If you've attended any of his shows, you can testify to that. And when it comes to music, I don't know how he does it. He's just good with what he does. This is another edition of Talkatainment on Ghanaweb TV. When we return, I introduce my guest. Welcome back. You're watching Talkatainment on Ghanaweb TV. I am Paula Amabruni. I have with me Foster Romanus. Foster, you're welcome.
Thank you. You're also welcome. How have you been?
Okay. But I want us to have no, let's get it. I'll be in charge. When we come to your show, you are in charge. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Great. But it's good to have you here.
It's good to have you two here. Okay, it's good to be here. Okay, it's good. Thanks for having me. Yeah. Okay. How have you been? It's been a very hectic
First, I
year.
don't want it to be a long ride. I don't want it to be a long ride.
It should be a short ride.
Yes.
You like short things?
Well, once again, congratulations. Running Romanus Incomplete 4 consecutive years.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you very much.
Later, we'll talk about how you do it. But then I want to say congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you.
Yes, I see your wedding band. When you came here, you were flaunting
You just
it.
had to chip that in, but
Why not? Yeah. But why won't I congratulate you?
Oh, I mean, thank you for the congratulations.
You've got a beautiful
I'm proud
wife.
of myself.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. I'm just using this to, help our brand tipper.
I know it's a shade to my, editor, but we're going to talk about that.
No. Before I even got married, I've been advising him. He's older than me. When our brand tipper was 30 years, I was 11. Right. And now look at me.
You should look at what you've done and follow suit.
Now. He's almost becoming an ancestor. So I'm just using this.
If you know, you know. But
I'm telling him it will be well. If I've gotten a wife, God will do it for him.
I like how you are flaunting it here, but you got a beautiful wife.
Thank you.
The wedding too was perfect. We saw the pictures and all that. Even though it was like quite coded, but what made the congratulations? But saying the media never told society.
I mean, it's quite unfortunate, but it's all good.
Okay. Now let's talk business. This year you organized it, Romanus Incomplete.
Yep.
4th edition.
The 4th edition. The Legends Experience.
Great. I know it's power packed. You've got a lot of things because in your 4th year you're coming in bigger and better. But then how has the journey been so far?
It's been a very smooth and exciting journey. When it started, it was kind of like, that thing, should I or should I not? But then thanks to my team, they were like, you know what, it's about time. We can do this.
Great.
And I was like, you guys, are you sure? Because I didn't want to start something and later, it becomes a white elephant, so they say, right? Yeah. But then the team was like, let's go, we can do this. And this is how far God has brought us. And,
so in the first year, was it so positive, the numbers and the energy?
Yes, we had a full house, and I was like, oh, wow, are you kidding me? They're like, yeah, we filled all 3 terraces, and it was even on a Sunday, and I was like, oh my God, the love was so overwhelming, and I'm very grateful to everyone who has been on the show from 1 through to 3. And let me just add this, that the rush for tickets for this 4th one is, it's like, I'm like, oh my God, the love is so much. And I just want to say a big thank you to all the patrons who have passed through, who have supported one way or the other.
Great.
And all my sponsors, I'm very grateful.
Now talk about sponsorship. We've had some of your colleagues come to say organizing a comedy show in Ghana is not easy. We had Jacinta speak to us on that, your colleagues too. I want to find out, with musical shows, concerts, is it different having to get sponsors and, organizing, putting it together? How different is it from the comedy shows? Well,
I think with the music, it's because of it's been, already established, so yes, they can boldly say, oh, we know this artist, we know that artist, he can pull numbers. So it isn't that difficult when you're doing music. But then with comedy, people are now coming from their session that Ghanaian comedians are not funny. And most of the people who have witnessed our shows have the confidence in us, so they come on board. And then the rest are also trying to, have a feel of it, etc., etc. So yeah, it's not been easy getting sponsorship for comedy shows, but we appreciate the little who have come through for us throughout the years. Yeah, we praying that in the years to come it will get better.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So when it comes to music, we've heard some of artists say, oh, you know, we are not united. There's Ghana thing, and then always they compare the Ghana Nigeria thing. When you come home in the comedy industry, are you united? So you, if one is having their show, you turn up for it. How would you rate that relationship?
Oh, for our sector, I would say it's dope.
Dope.
It's very dope in caps, like in dopest dope. Like the love is overwhelming. We support each and every person when it's time for their specials or their events, and it's like it's crazy. I don't like using the word crazy, but yeah, it's crazy, and it shows how, you know, we all want to see each other succeed. There is no, I mean, even though personally you would want to, you know, that whole competitiveness, not the bad one, but then yeah, you want to also be a better version of another person, or you want to be a better person. Yeah, that one is there, but then like supporting individuals is something that we do without stress.
Okay, so I know you do skit collaborations. You have some of your colleagues that you do with. I think I've seen one with, is it General and then...
Yeah, General, I've done it with MJ, the comedian.
It's not that one? Maybe not that one, yeah.
Yeah, I think, I know one problem. It's as and when it comes.
As and when it comes. But then for their shows, this year, which comedy show have you turned up in support of your colleagues?
Oh, so I think the day MJ had his, I had another event, so I couldn't. But then, yeah, we helped in sharing flyers. Obi and Ponce's own, I was there. Comedian Jumo did his at the virtual hub. That one too, I had another event, but then I did a U10, etc. And then yeah, did some endorsements, etc. So yeah, that's how it is. Maybe not your presence, but then just sharing a flyer, talking about it here. It's also a way of also supporting the individual. Yeah, so it comes in diverse ways. You can even talk to a sponsor to, oh, Charlie, check this guy out. So you can, if you can support him, yeah, it comes in various ways.
Right. So the short, the comic videos, the very short one that we share on social media, WhatsApp status, how good is that one too? Is it profitable with sharing? Does it help the brand and all that?
Yes, it does. At a point, you know, sometimes our craft is seasonal.
Okay.
And if the dry season comes, you need a way to, you know, sustain yourself or to keep your fans, or I call them friends. I don't call them fans. I call them friends, to let them know that, oh, I'm still here. But then we are just, you know, in a period or in a moment. So these skits are there to, you know, kind of keep them going, that, yo, no matter what, we still there here for you. But then you'll be hearing of us also, that they don't go like, oh, it's been a while we heard from this person or that person. Out of sight. Yeah, can be out of mind. And social media is it's a universal thing. There are other content flowing, etc. So it comes to sort of sustain you, you know, to keep the brand on a certain level.
Money day inside.
Oh, it depends on the numbers you command on whatever platform it is. People are cashing out from YouTube. Yeah. People are cashing from, TikTok. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
With me personally, I follow musicians being in the entertainment industry. One thing I really find fascinating, because with musicians, they already have their songs. You know, they mount the stage and then they say it. It's the same song. Of course, maybe they will have, you know, something new just with the performance. But as a comedian, I've been to comedy shows, maybe a particular person, but then I don't find them repeating like the same jokes. How do you do it? How do you keep it fresh? Because I feel like it's a big challenge. Maybe someone might not appreciate it on that level, but you know, you have for 4 years, I'm not sure it's the same joke you are running through. You always have to come.
It can be possible.
How do you do it, and how challenging is it? And how do you find fresh jokes? Is it like you look at the situations, especially with stand-up comedy, you know, you have to come and stand there. You don't even know how you're going to respond to it. It's crazy.
It's very crazy. I mean, that's why I always say that you shouldn't be hard on the comedian, because it takes a lot to put content together, especially for a show. Because like with the many comedians around, you have to make sure that your joke is original, is unique. It is not like, oh, I heard this person say it and he has copied to come and say, you know. So you spend nights trying to write original content for every other show. And so if you're hard on the comedian, then sometimes it hurts. You understand? Like, because for our work, they don't see the process. They only see the finished product.
Yeah.
So to people, it's like, oh, sorry, I'm obedient. So no, it's come with trying it out at several pubs, trying it out with friends, trying it out with yourself, with colleagues, even on social media, to just see how people will react to it before you now bring it back. It's just like producing a product. You bring it out for sampling, the people will tell you, maybe the salt is too much, this is that. You take it back, refine it, bring it back again for consumption. It wasn't that. You have to take it back again, work on it until you get the final piece. So you can imagine how long that will take to get a joke. There are times that spontaneously you can get something and then it works. But for, like, let's say a show like mine, Obi and Ponces, you have to really sit down and make sure that what I'm writing is like, it's dead on funny, and it's very, very serious. It's very tough. And yes, if you repeat it after 2 or 3 times, like, oh, he's always repeating his jokes, and that's what makes our work very difficult.
Yeah, you made mention that the joke has to be dead on funny. I've seen some organizations, recently Obi and Ponsa with GTV calling about, some people have issues with you cracking jokes. Okay, why did you do it? People come, especially when it has to do with a personality, will come out to you on social media. It seems like it was an attack. How do you balance it? Because some of us, when it comes to politics, you don't find a joke. You might joke about a political party, and then the opposition will say, okay.
Yeah, it's an occupational hazard.
Okay.
But to us, it tells us the joke has reached.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the essence of it is to address whatever the issue is. But you have to address it in a lighter way so that people don't feel offended. But no matter what you do, some will feel offended. Some might think, it's extreme. But then the fact is, the end result is to make you laugh. Did you laugh? And the thing is that when I was talking about another individual, you were laughing. So why is that now we're talking about you? All of a sudden you feel we are attacking you. So it's something that you expect to happen when you do such jokes. But then the thing is that you don't have to cross the line of making it personal or being too, what's the word for it? Maybe let's say being too negative or being too hard.
So you have to find a balance.
You shouldn't cross the line. You should have your limits. You can talk about gestures. You can talk about happenings, events that happened. The events that happened that were funny. Everybody laughed, both NDC or MPP or whatever. But then most people sometimes try to personalize it, and that's we, the comedians, we can't help it because it's an individual thing. But then when they are coming for comedy shows, the tagline is comedy. It's lighter. We're just coming to have fun. So they shouldn't take these things personal. We beg them. Yeah.
Great. Obeka. Still nah, I ain't come cry.
Yeah, I can't cry,
Great. So in December in Ghana is a big thing. Now people have, saved the date. Romanus Incomplete. They are looking forward to come and attend. Yeah. Someone who doesn't really know the benefits of comedy, it's been a rough year, as you all saying. What would you tell the person to get the person to come? Because some people have actually never been to a comedy show.
Oh, yeah. And I think if they've never been to a comedy show, they should try their best to add it to their bucket list and, get it signed off so that they can come and experience what talent we have in Ghana. And I think most of them are still riding on the whole Ghanaian comedians are not funny thing. Which we don't blame them, but then they can only get to clear that doubt or judge for themselves when they come
to experience
a comedian. So they should look out for all other comedy shows, not only mine. Mine is on Friday, but the others after Friday.
December 23rd.
Yes, 23 National Theatre.
National Theatre. The time?
7 p.m. dead. We don't do 7-1. We don't do 7 for 9.
Because it's been a major problem. People say you turn up for events.
Everyone who's been to our show will tell you that one of the things that they can stick their necks out for us is our time. We don't joke with it.
7 p.m.
Whether 5 people, 6 people, 7 is 7. Maybe sometimes when it's 7, there are people at the gate yet to enter. That we can give a breather. But then we don't say, oh, it's 7, let's wait till the place is full. Or no. Once it's 7, we start. If you have to stall to have them enter, we put acts in there, but we still start.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm seated with Foster Romanus. We're talking comedy shows, his upcoming show, which is in December. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Welcome back. You're watching Talkatainment on Ghanaweb TV. I have here with me Foster Romanus. Romanus, Dean and say business chief. So share ROM. No call other side.
Yeah, my name is like a self-contained, or you can say a chamber and hall.
Okay.
Yeah, the room is the chamber, or you can say the room is the hall, and then the anus is the chamber, whichever way you want to. But yeah, the Romanus is very inspiring. It's very, it's a hard name.
Okay.
Romanus.
Romanus.
Yeah, somewhat. You see, when you are from Rome, yes, that's what you are called.
Oh, you are lying. Oh, boy. But then the name of your show captivates me. Incomplete.
Yeah.
What's Incomplete about?
So incomplete because Romanus as a character never ends. So we are trying to say that Romanus is always has something up his sleeve.
Oh.
And so you can't pin Romanus to just a thing. He comes with this, with that, and then the next time there's this, and you're like, wow. So it's because Romanus has several attributes.
Great.
That's yet to be untapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it's incomplete.
Yeah. So for those who attend your show, those who have had the opportunity to be at your comedy show, you do crack ribs, you do sing. It's like 360s. It's a bit of everything. Where do you find that energy? How do you do it?
For that one, we will say God. We will say God. We just try to balance it, and we're always looking at what can we do that will make us unique. What can we do differently? And so I for one, I believe in using your talent.
Okay.
Make sure that whatever you have in you don't keep it. It was given to you for a reason. So I was like, how do I incorporate all these skills? Because there are places you go, people just have maybe the comic side of you, people have just the acting side of you, people have the music side of you, and the others. So how do you get them to experience everything about you? And that is what brought about the show Romanus. And then the Incomplete came by divine revelation. We're like, God, how should we add it? Or what should we add to make it catchy? And then God just dropped it.
Drop it like that.
How he dropped it, only him knows. But then, what we got couldn't have been any man. We believe it was God who gave it to us. And everybody who hears it goes, oh wow, it's a very catchy name. So we'll say it's God. And for the energy, because we don't take anything.
I was going to ask that because we have musicians, they say, Uroli kakra, coffee kakra, bibi kakra.
Okay. I've never tasted alcohol in my life.
Oh, really?
No, not at all. I've never done that.
Until you drink alcohol,
Yes, you. I just drink water, I pray, and I come on stage. That's all. I just say, God, this is what we do. This is what you've called us to do. So all glory to you. And then I'm done. I don't take the God factor out. That one,
always.
Yeah, it's always. I mean, I can't do it without him. So once I pray, I'm done. If I go and I kill, it's God. If I don't kill, it's God. If people come, it's God. If people don't come, it's God. So everything I do,
you do with God.
Is God.
Yeah. Now your single, His Glory. I know the music side. How did you do? Like, how did it fare having to come out? People identified, okay, it's just not a comedy.
Oh my God, it just made me
teary.
At my song.
Oh yeah, I watched the video. The video at the National TV.
Yeah, I've made it in life. My blow.
No, Romanus Jaisa.
Wow. What was the question again?
His Glory.
Yeah.
Like, how did the fans accept it? Of course, you were doing songs. Maybe on stage you perform something small, but then having to have the whole project, like a song and all that.
It was surprising to them, and I think most people are yet to actually accept the fact that it's me. And I think it will come with its own consistency for them to finally grasp it. Oh, okay. It's not just a one-off thing he's doing. Yeah. So eventually we will see where God will take us in that line. Yeah. But then I'm going to release more.
So, so for the next year, more singles, EP, and album, be kakra.
Yeah, the Nyame Be.
Yeah, Nyame Be.
The Nyame Be can hear be.
Matthias,
Oh,
Matthias,
yeah.
no, but still on your show, based on what's happening at African Legends Night, some people are tipping that, of course, somebody is going to pass through.
Oh, that's
But then we just want to find out what are some of the surprise artists, or who are those who we are to expect?
You hear what he said, right?
What?
Some of the surprise.
Surprise.
Underline that.
The surprise is surprise. How are you gonna let it out? Oh,
yeah. I mean, our show. And I say our show because it's not my show.
Okay.
It's first of all, it's for God, and then my team. You know.
But
my
man,
team. But I believe that the God factor, you can downplay. You get it. You can't come and say I've done this.
No. Not self-made.
Exactly.
God.
It's God. And if you know where I'm coming from, you will understand what I mean by God. So I can't. I'm sorry if you feel it's too much, but
no, not me.
I can't take it away. No, even with whoever is watching or listening, I can't take that away. It will make me more incomplete.
I feel that.
Yeah. So my team, you know, we're always looking at, you know, what next? What next? Like, we are planning Incomplete 4, but we have a 5-year plan for Romanus Incomplete. So, what's new? What can we do new? So, surprises, yes. And I think for the 3 years that we've done it, we've had almost every year there's a surprise. Almost every year. So, this year is no different. And that surprise, Ajewoba. Yeah, so it's a Legends experience. And I've heard people give us their own version of Legends experience. Some are saying they want Michael Jackson, others are saying they want, you know, Jay-Z, etc. But then, yeah, you never know. Maybe they can come. Maybe they might not. Actually, we are Romanus Empire. You know, Abrantepa actually is our patron. He's our chief patron. Yeah, or why we are not. Yeah, no budget.
Oh, be worry. Next year, because you have more money pressure. Me sure say next year you'll be worried. But Romanus, we have come a long way. When I say I'm not part of the comedians, but let's just say Ghana comedy come a very long way. And then the whole tag that people try to put on you, oh, they are not funny. They are not funny. I don't know if you identify where it came from or how you guys managed to, you know, change that narrative and the whole comparison, having to compare with the Nigerians and all that. How did you manage to erase that completely?
I don't think it's been erased.
People
are saying Messi is the greatest of all time.
Good,
others are saying, you understand. So obviously you can't have everybody like what you do. That we understand. But I think what we have done is to actually prove to those who were optimistic and were willing to give us the opportunity. We've proven them right. And we are very grateful to them. That's what I would say. There are still the few who think that, you know, there's more room for improvement. Of course there is room for improvement. We can't be better overnight. But then we are trying our best to make sure that we'll be the best version of ourselves. And also those who believed in us, we'll also not let them down. You understand? So it's not died out. It won't die out. It can't die out because there are people who might like you and might not like me and etc. So that one is there. The ones who believed in us and patronized us, they've sent the message across and they are still doing it. It tells in how people want to come for your show when you put it out there. So we only focus on the ones who believe in us. And that's what we did. So once you believe in us to come for our show, it means that we owe you the right to experience. You have to make sure that it is worth the time, worth the amount we put on the ticket. So that's what we've done. And they have seen it, they've appreciated it, and they are telling the world. So we're very grateful to them, and we pray that we grow with them, because we grew with them till now, and we'll grow with them to the future.
Ghanaian comedians are funny.
We are not just funny. We are dead funny. Like,
Okay,
I think I've used
okay.
dead 3 times
Dead
today. Right?
and crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first time saying crazy. But we are
Anyway,
dead funny.
but before we wrap up, I've had some concerns with comedians. I don't like to do the comparison, but then sometimes when you listen to what the conversation, like, okay, in Nigeria, you know, so their celebrities, they avail themselves. You want to put them in a comic something, if you want to, you can walk into a hotel and say, okay, I want to partner with you, case of location and all that. So have you identified like certain things that hinders the progress of Ghana comedy and then their work as a comedian?
For what we do, the hindrance, right? I will start from government.
Oh, great.
I will start from the government, and I think it's something that government should help us. I feel the arts, we are not being treated fairly.
Okay.
You know, we are not being treated fairly, and it hurts. I'm not saying education is bad, right? But then, if you're building new schools, and the whole country have just one national theater, it's sad, and even the theater is not up to art. Recently, a colleague had a show, and light had to go off over 2 hours. There's no statement, nothing. It hurts, you understand. And how do we then sell our talents? That, you see, talents are not only in Accra. There are talents in Kumasi, Cape Coast, Ho, etc. How can they also survive? It means they have to now come to Accra, etc. But then, even if we have other venues across the country, you can lift Romanus Incomplete to Ho, and there are talents in Ho who can be on Romanus Incomplete without bringing talent from Accra. That's a way of helping them. And not everybody who sits in school or in class will be a doctor. We all had our dreams, wanted to be, you know, bank managers, etc. But here we are pursuing arts. So it tells you that there are artists across the country who need platforms, they need avenues to display their talent.
Yeah.
If even not theaters, the little spaces that have been, you know, demarcated or outlined for arts, they should renovate it, make it conducive. There are Center for National Cultures. There are I think there's also a Center for National. They should renovate it, make it very conducive for events so that we can take our programs across the country and, you know, help raise talents. I always say this, that we artists, we employ the most number of people than any other sector. I say this with no apology. Let me break it down. If I'm doing Romanus Incomplete and we're going by actual production, investment, like top-notch investment, like the BETs are doing, etc., you're paying the sound department. Now, in sound alone, you have the sound designer, you have the sound technician, then you have those who rig the sound itself. In light, you have the light design, you have the light technician, you have those who rig the lights. You go to promotion, you're employing radio stations, TV stations, bloggers, influencers. Right. You're employing people who print your tickets, who design your tickets, who will even put the security features in there.
You see.
The online people people who buy online, the people who will be scanning. That's one side. You embark cast and crew.
Got to think of.
So if you're doing a play, Chief Wumi had a play of about 100 cast. They have families. That 100 cast, there's costume, there is set design, there is props, there is light, there is sound, there is ushering, vendors who sell food. This is just like
all the people
surface.
you
So all these people come together to put together one show. Yenka director, Yenka stage manager, Yenka who do we call it? What do we call it? All the other, you know, people who come together. Camera guys, photography, etc. All these people come together. Now you have to pay Obia. You're not coming to work for free. Imagine how much do you think will go into just one production to put out a 3-hour production. I mean, recently we had the Global Citizen Awards. Look at the hula balloon that went around. How much do you think was invested in that production?
It was a huge investment.
Exactly. So art is something that one generates money, one employs a lot of people. So I feel that they should really come
Invest.
to our side, look at us, and help us. We need the help. It goes with tourism. You understand? Maybe all the tourist sites, there could be artistic performances. You have the choreographers, you have the acrobats, etc. Okay. You understand? There is dance, there is music, there is theater, there is film, there is pottery, there is painting, there is spoken word. Yo!
A lot.
All these arts. But look at how Nigeria sold their culture to us through arts. Chinese sold their things to us through arts. America is selling their whatever they want to sell to us through arts. Now when you're watching their movies and their series, they are trying to put something in there here and there. Yes, you want to see a jargon or two you've heard. And you see, they will talk about we not pulling our weight, but then we are trying our best.
So government should come in to complement effort, because already, even with all these challenges, you are still...
We are trying our best. We need them. We need government to actually, show us he's for us, because 2024, you see the people who will be advertising. It's not bankers.
That's one thing that really fascinates me. It's you guys.
Understand? And the that comes with it. The consequences that comes with it.
But will you endorse, because you've seen your brothers what they went through with political endorsement?
Endorsing a party, I don't think is bad.
Okay.
I mean, it's not bad showing people where you stand.
Especially when it comes with money too.
Because
that's what they say.
When it comes to...
It's not an endorsement, it comes with money.
Oh, say be a mouse scanners or bedja. And they're individual. But most people feel, say, or represent Obia until we show where you are now. But I don't see why you should hate me because I support a party.
Come to think.
Maybe I like the party because of the manifesto or near you or there to one, when I feel is something that, when voted into power will help. You can't
fault you and
that exactly. And probably I'm supporting that party because of that manifesto. Maybe I'm not banner one, yeah. The next person banner, okay, I'll go there because we all have families, we all have siblings, friends.
So celebrities shouldn't be bashed just because because I've seen now that things are going, things are hard in the country. Those that endorse the party, I know that they call out.
Oh yeah, that one. They should be ready for it. But I don't understand why. If you sign up for a brand, right, when they are competition, that one they don't say anything. Or you stand for a political party, yeah, like hey. But then it's the people, and you can't fault them for that. We appreciate them anyways, and we love them. That also keeps us on our toes. It makes us always, we reason before we take certain decisions and actions, because they're like, okay, you have to also put them into perspective. How would they feel? Because some people sort of see you as an idol, or you as a mentor. So you have to also, make sure you're positively influencing them and you have them at heart when you're taking decisions.
Well, one thing that caught my attention was when we were listing the challenges to talk about the National Theatre, things should be done so that at least your international standard cry will be good. So with the whole thing that happened, Covenant's show, what is Romanus? What cue are you taking to advert certain things? Because some people have to. Yeah, it's a beautiful production, but something like that will just.
They can mar it. So yes, we've put stuff in place to make sure that even in that event, we can get it sorted out and then we move on. Yeah. So we had an extensive meeting and we've actually ironed out all those perceived challenges, and I think that. For those who were at Covenant's show, I will apologize on his behalf. I think Covenant's is doing well, and it's not his fault that happened. And it doesn't mean when you hear Covenant's show, you
no. They know that
even when you hear our show, you won't come because of light issues. Please, we beg you. And government, help us. If possible, say if National Theatre has to be shut down for renovation works to go on, for us to have, a state-of-the-art facility, we'll be grateful, so that all these creative ideas we have to because when the whites are having their shows, you see people coming from the skies with angel wings and stages standing around, etc. It's
crazy entrance.
When you have such facilities, it opens your mind to a lot of creative ideas. But when you are limited, now we drink cry now we cry, can it be achieved? You don't think outside the box. You understand? So we're just begging. We know they are helping us in other ways, but we pray, say, what we need most, aside what they are doing, are the facilities. We need more avenues. Accra, National Theatre, and
pressure that's almost like all the time.
So if there are other venues, it can also help people who are far on the our moon to Mimba. We can take it there. You can do 4 shows, at a go, or 4 shows at different locations in Accra. And Accra and some other regions. And I think revenue and save tax is a better one. So yeah, we're pleading with them.
Romanus, has been a good interview. GB. We talk a lot. Romanus Jam.
Okay.
Great. But then your final words before we end everything.
Yes, final words. I just want to say, first of all, thank you all for supporting Romanus Incomplete. Thank you for supporting Romanus. I trying to be the better version of myself all the time, just to entertain you guys. And Romanus Incomplete is on Friday 23rd. Just get a ticket for 100 CD standard, 100 CD standard, 150 VIP, 250 premium. And then you can buy it online, *447 *332 hash, *447 *332 hash, or you can get it at the gate. And then also, this thing is very important to me. COVID is on the rise. COVID is coming back. If you've not vaccinated, go get your vaccine and be safe this Xmas period. Go to any center and get yourself vaccinated. And also, let's pray for our brandy fans.
To get married. Next year, they're so worried.
I want to say thank you to my sponsors as well for holding me down. Can I name them?
You can.
Thanks to Ebony Condoms. Thanks to Makers Electronics. I'm grateful to Promasido Ghana. I'm grateful to Audacious Apparel. I'm grateful to Antonio Rees. I am grateful to Hallmark Cafe for holding us down. And those that are coming on board, we are grateful for them all. So next year, we'll be coming to your offices.
Be prepared.
Yeah,
great.
Thank you. And thanks to Ghanaweb for always holding us down. You guys here, it's like we are family. Anytime when we don't even have show, they'll call us, won't you do show this year?
It's a blatant,
yeah. We're very grateful to you. Thank you very much for supporting the arts. Thank you.
Thanks for coming too. I took notice of your grey hair, but we're going to talk about that.
I'm not old though.
Oh, please,
but I can pass for a
grey.
sugar daddy, you know what I'm saying?
Higher car. Great. So I did this with Ghanaian comedian Foster Romanus. Do well to, attend the event and, all the things that he made mention. Of course, we're looking forward that government will also hear his plea so that we correct all the wrongs to make the act industry more lucrative. This is Talkertainment, or this has been Talkertainment on Ghanaweb TV. I am Paula Amabruni. We'll be back with the next episode. Thanks for watching.